There aren't many pieces of pop culture left unmusicaled. Sure, there's big budget whales like Shrek the Musical and Finding Nemo the Musical, but when you can go see Debbie Does Dallas the Musical or Re-Animator the Musical, we have reached peak chorus line. In 2006, I wrote and starred in a musical adaptation of Jaws. It was called Giant Killer Shark the Musical, because we didn't want to get sued and it seemed funnier. It sold out runs in Toronto and New York, and we retired it in 2008.
I'll tell you why I'm here. We got the shark, there's nothing to fear.
I miss it.
Giant Killer Shark!
Giant Killer Shark was part of a larger trend, the musical musicals, which had kicked off in earnest a few years earlier.
What fiery demon spell can send her to damnation? What the fuck was that?
I'll kill you fucks when I'm outside!
Evil Dead the Musical started as a school project in Kingston, Ontario, before premiering in Toronto in 2003. By 2006, it had moved to New York, and on to The View, which is insane. Evil Dead the Musical became a worldwide success. It's still up in Vegas and has played everywhere from Tokyo to Madrid. By proving that song and dance numbers about blood and guts were kind of funny by default, it paved the way for a slew of cult movie the musicals.
Yes, Dr. Richard Herbert West, you're alive. As you might have guessed, this isn't a dream, this is real.
And so on, and so forth, and so forth.
All my life I've been a pacifist. Right now you really got me pissed. That stuff didn't kill me, I don't know why.
But what was the first The Musical? How did we get here? How did we end up with Toxie singing about being loved by a blind woman? Anne of Green Gables, naturally.
Where did the summer go to? We had such fun.
As far as I can tell, Anne of Green Gables the Musical was the first adaptation of a popular work for the stage that added singing and dancing and the today trendy the musical suffix. It's been running in Prince Edward Island since 1965. They basically have nothing else.
In Prince Edward Island, it's hard to take a step without bumping into fictional character Anne of Green Gables.
That's not a joke, I've been there and it's like an island cult. Which, despite the lack of bloody prosthetics, makes the family-friendly ginger from Canada a not terrible spiritual predecessor to this. The 70s had Snoopy the Musical, and the 90s had Big the Musical, but it was the early aughts that gave us everything, from Menopause the Musical to the Ten Commandments the Musical. Which, to be fair, isn't really a cult thing, and it stars Val Kilmer.
How can you build your kingdom on the blood of generations?
So why now? Why does every off-Broadway theater have a preview running of 80s horror movie X, the musical? I have opinions about this. 1. Sequels.
Traffic school, military school, scuba class.
Is the channel still up? Hollywood churns out sequels and remakes because people have more entertainment options than ever, and they're more likely to spend their limited fun dollars on something familiar. And it's the same with Broadway, which explains Finding Nemo and Shrek, but less Lovecraft. That takes something else, which brings us to 2. Geeks.
Penny, Did you ever wonder how Starfleet captains...
No.
No, but seriously, the war is over. Geeks won. We run every creative industry and therefore control the world. And you know what we watched growing up?
Groovy.
But clearly some of us thought that Cats ruled too, because it does. Cats is an amazing musical. Added together, you've got an eager audience to market to and enough dorks steering the ship to make something like Evil Dead the Musical popular worldwide. Or to make Giant Killer Shark the Musical popular for one summer in Toronto. What do you think? Are the musical adaptations just a flash in the pan trend? Or is this just staging Rocky Horror with a different name and existing material? Let us know what you think in the comments and be sure to subscribe for new episodes of This Exists every week. Be excellent to each other.